This launched the NCAA tournament into a new stratosphere. Welcome to the SI Vault, moments that changed the game. Michigan State versus Indiana State, NCAA Championship, 1979. Well, I believe this is the most important moment in the modern history of the sport of basketball. Throughout the 1960s and the early 1970s, the NCAA tournament was very popular for one reason: UCLA. Everybody would watch to see, could this great John Wooden dynasty finally get knocked off? Well, their last championship was in 1975, and many people believed that once UCLA was done with that run, that the NCAA tournament would sink in terms of popularity. The 1979 championship game resurrected the notion that people would tune in to the tournament because something was happening. In Larry Bird and Indiana State, you had the quintessential underdog. Small town farm boy from Indiana, small school from an out-of-the-way conference, the Missouri Valley Conference, comes into this championship game, not only playing for the championship, which was remarkable in itself, but actually being undefeated and having a chance to complete a perfect season against this charismatic urban player, Magic Johnson, and this Big Ten powerhouse, Michigan State. Is the white guy going to win? Is the black guy going to win? And I think that the context of this game becomes even more significant because when people look back on it, they don't say this was when Indiana State played Michigan State. It's always, this is Magic and Larry, and it's the first time they ever played. In some ways, the actual game itself was a letdown. It wasn't a very close game. In fact, it came very close to being a blowout. Nobody had any idea that 30 years later, we would be looking back on this event as one of the iconic sports events of our time. A few days later, the Nielsen ratings came out. It was at 24.1. That's an astounding number. By way of comparison, the 2007 NCAA championship game between Ohio State and Florida generated a 12.7 rating for CBS. It turned people on not only to this individual rivalry, but to college basketball and the NCAA tournament. This is where things happen. And as a result, between 1978 and 1985, the NCAA tournament expanded 5 times. And it has never expanded since then. So this launched the golden era of the NCAA tournament, where you had stars like Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon. All these players were discovered during the course of the tournament. I think Al McGuire said it best. College basketball and the NCAA tournament was already on the launching pad. Magic and Bird came along and pushed the button.